It's the morning video briefing. This is for Monday, the 30th of December. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather much calmer this week. We see no severe storms, probably for the month of January, which is good. But of course, the attention turns to a very, very cold pattern in about 10 to 15 days. How cold? Will it snow? Will there be ice? So many questions, and we'll see if we can dig up some answers. So just strap in. So this is the upper air look this morning. We have the trough over the eastern states. That produced the severe storms late Saturday night, early yesterday. But the air is now very dry. Radar composite across the country. Things are calm down here. It's actually colder over the southern half of the state this morning. Got some high clouds over North Alabama, but you can see places like Sylacauga in the upper 30s, Clanton 43, Montgomery at 43, but to the north, Birmingham and Huntsville in the low 50s. But everybody should be up in the mid 60s today. I would suggest this will be the warmest day of the week, so enjoy. There is a dense fog advisory early this morning for parts of west and southwest Alabama into much of Mississippi that will be dissipating by mid-morning. And around the nation, winter weather advisories for South Dakota, Montana, some of the adjacent states, and also some fog issues for Minnesota. But hey, no more severe storms anytime soon. Again, looks like January is going to be pretty cold and stable. Tomorrow, there could be some thunder for the upper Atlantic coast, nothing severe. And on day 3, no thunderstorms across the country. So this is the rain for the next 7 days, valid through Monday morning of next week. We do believe we'll be dry through Saturday. The next chance of rain will be late Sunday, Sunday night into Monday of next week, 6 to 7 days away. With that feature, rain amounts could exceed 1 inch for the Tennessee Valley, but South Alabama, not much at all. So here we go. Model fans, the GFS, this is the 06C run, valid today at 3 o'clock. Trough in the northeast, that's what brought the severe storms here this weekend. A new trough digging down through parts of the Great Plains states, but again, down here, a dry air mass, partly to mostly sunny with highs in the 60s. Should be a very nice day. Now, tomorrow, a pretty good surface low is going to pass north of the state, but the air here is so dry, any showers will be very hard to find. Having said that, there could be a few showers over the Tennessee Valley. The Shoals, Athens, Decatur, Huntsville, Scottsboro tomorrow, but rain amounts very light. The rest of the state dry. Some clouds around. High should be in the low 60s in most spots. So Wednesday, temperatures drop about 10 degrees. We're dry. Highs in the low 50s for North Alabama, mid to upper 50s for the South. This is Thursday. Thursday morning, North Alabama will see a freeze. We start the day in the 20s and 30s. The high will be in the 50s. This is Friday. Same thing. Lows mostly in the 30s. Highs mostly in the 50s. What about the weekend? Saturday? Not a bad day, but a pretty chilly day. Again, another surge of cooler air drops in. The high Saturday probably dropping into the 40s for the northern half of the state. And the low Saturday morning in the 20s and 30s. So cold and dry. But this is Sunday. Here comes the next wave, and that will likely push rain in here during the day. Again, the exact timing will be more specific as we get closer, but rain moving in Sunday and Sunday night. And a week from today, this is Monday, the 6th of January. Still got the main trough axis to the west, and we've got rain in here. So, again, looks like the weekend will end with rain that will linger into Monday of next week. No snow, no ice. Again, the cold air comes beyond this period. So let's go beyond this period. Let's go out 10 days. This is Wednesday of next week, the 8th of January, and you can see that very cold look, a very deep vortex setting up over the Great Lakes, a very large trough with potential for cross-polar air connections over the eastern states, and we are cold and dry. So again, the idea is that we see some rain late in the weekend and Monday of next week, and then that really big surge of cold air begins to move in toward the middle of next week, around Wednesday the 8th. So let's get geeky and let's see how cold and will it snow. That's what everybody wants to talk about. So first off, some teleconnections. This is the Arctic Oscillation, AO, coming off the European. And what we're looking for out here is pattern recognition. I say this a lot, and it's true. I mean, you could say that your favorite TikTok guy knows what the weather's going to be exactly in, 25, 30 days. They don't. Nobody does. I don't. Nobody does. There's no skill in a specific forecast beyond 7 to 10 days. None. But there is skill, really decent skill at pattern recognition, which will give you an idea of what the broad pattern will be in terms of weather. So the Arctic oscillation, when it goes negative like that tends to flush out cold air from the Arctic region. So where does it go? Well, this is the North Atlantic oscillation, and typically when the NAO is negative, the cold air moves into the eastern half of the United States. So the teleconnections support the concept. And the next question is, will it snow? So this is the GFS at the end of next week. This is Thursday night, around January 9th into Friday the 10th. Classic snow setup here. Got a surface low in the eastern Gulf, brutally cold air mass in place, a 1,043 millibar high over South Dakota, and that shows a really good snowstorm here. But wait, not so fast. European, it's got the same system on the board, but it shunts it to the south, and we're just cold and dry. And again, this is all deterministic output, and this is why it's a bad game to play. So, when you see something like this, everybody wants to post it, and their underwear starts flapping up down their legs and everything. But, nobody wants to look at this. You've got to look at the ensembles when you're looking at this long-range stuff, the probabilistic outlook. So let's do that. So this is output from the European ensemble. This is the probability of 1 inch of snow or greater between now and mid-January. And the numbers look good here for the snow lovers, better than 50% for the Tennessee Valley. And the numbers fall off, but there's even some low chance down in South Alabama. This is the GFS ensemble output. And again, this is the probability of greater than 1 inch of snow out there through mid-January. And the numbers are not quite as high with the GFS, generally under 50%. But again, both of the ensemble probabilistic outputs here suggest a chance there could be some winter weather mischief involved with this cold air. But again, I stress absolutely nobody knows if or when. It's just a possibility that's on the table. So the question is, how cold? Well, let's first off look at the NBM. And again, this is the ensemble approach, and this is a sensible approach. I show this every day on these videos, and I think it's the right thing to do. It takes the best of the model output, puts it all together in a blend, and you can see by Wednesday, the 8th, and Thursday, the 9th, highs go into the 30s and lows go into the 20s over the northern half of the state. And that's not that bad. But if you want to get edgy here, let's look at the European deterministic output, which is not really the best way to do this. But again, if you watch this video to this point, you're a weather geek and you understand the limitations. I'm going to post this out on open social media. But you can see by Saturday, January 11th, and this is for Birmingham. Understand if you're in Huntsville, the Shoals, Cullman, it will be colder. It's got a high near 20 and a low of 9. And I've been looking at these analogs, and a couple of the years that show up would be 1977 and 1982. And if you were around, I was, those were pretty rough winters. In fact, 82 featured a horrific ice storm. And I'm not saying that's going to happen this time, but I'm saying it could be that cold. So, and again, notice the longevity of this thing. That really cold air gets in here around the Tuesday the 7th and hangs in there through Sunday the 12th. So this is the kind of thing where utilities and folks that work outdoors, need to make plans for this, and will be much more specific. This is the output from CPC, the 8 to 14 day guidance. This is for January 6th through January 12th. And obviously, temperatures below average. So again, just kind of hang with us in every video update we do. We'll have new data to look at. But goodness, what a weekend. This is downtown Athens in Limestone County. Beautiful town, and they were hit by a tornado Saturday night. A tornado down for 5 minutes that was rated EF1. And there's been a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth about the warning process here. But again, the damage was just horrific. Athens is a beautiful town. That's that bookstore that was right there in the square, and you can see most of the damage. It's roof damage, but you just hate to see that for these property owners. But there was no tornado warning, but there were two severe thunderstorm warnings. Your weather radio should have sounded twice. And the first warning was about 45 minutes before this happened. The second warning was about 21 minutes before it happened. And again, throughout the day, we did our best. I mean, we poured our heart and soul out trying to remind people that you should treat a severe thunderstorm warning as if it was a tornado warning for this event. We don't say that for every event. And that a couple of things, it stresses the importance of having a weather radio in your house and business. And that the other thing is that when we say pay attention to severe thunderstorm warnings, you might want to really consider that. And we're thankful that nobody, to my knowledge, was hurt. Certainly nobody was killed by this thing. But again, that was such a rough night. And understand, there were trees down statewide with that squall line. It was a rough night. That's some of the damage in Marion County and Brilliant. And this is some of the damage in Lamar County. The Weather Service in Birmingham has confirmed that to be an EF1 tornado in Lamar County. So at this point, most all of the damage was from straight line winds. But there were these small, embedded, very brief tornadoes that got down, including this one. And the Weather Service, they're not done. They'll be looking at damage in Vincent and Cropwell today. But again, listen, even if you clearly see the tornado, if you issue a warning, and it takes a minute for the dissemination process. You got to draw the thing up, you got to type it out, you got to press the send button, and many times by the time you do that, the tornado's gone. It's just it's an impossible thing to do. So again, we're just thankful that we're done with severe storms for a while. And again, might be end of January, February before the next chance of any severe storms getting underway. So, again, obviously there's no school programs this week. We're still basically into the long 2-week holiday stretch here. Looks like the next school program or the next program is going to be on the 6th. They'll be coming up to Marion, Winston, ARC, and Haleyville. Then going up to Lexington. It's going to be a good week once we get back in here on January the 6th. That'll be a full week. But again, this week is nice and quiet. Don't forget to catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.